Jiang Qin was dead. I realized she was staring at me with a sad expression. She pursed her lips and said, "Do you still hate me? I don't want NHC to talk about love because I've buried it deep in my heart." No love, no hate. I took a deep breath and asked her, "I'm dead. Why am I here? My grandmother once told me that I had a tribulation. Do you know about the accident on Henghua Street? Chuang Jianyan jumped into the river to save 3 people. I nodded. Did you see the news on my friend's circle? But those 3 people died from drowning for too long. The doctor couldn't save them. There was a girl in the car. It was me. As she spoke, tears welled up in her eyes. You could see the fear that death brought. I didn't know how to comfort her. I could only silently look at her. Jiang Qin suddenly hugged me, her arms around my neck. I was stunned. She cried, apologizing. I reached out to stroke her hair. "It's okay. Everything is over. We can meet again." Jiang Kam let go because the ghost in that house had too much resentment that affected us, making us unable to move on. So what should we do? I was surprised. The man in that house did not die in the accident. "What are you doing?" "Standing still, staring at me. No matter what you think, don't go into that house. There's something inside that shouldn't be touched. Leave quickly. Don't come back." Hearing my question, Jiang Kam was stunned and looked at me with worried eyes. She didn't answer directly. I changed the question to whether there were ghosts in that house. Jiang Kam nodded and was silent for a while, then said he should leave, wait until after 1 in the morning to return, because before that, evil spirits would appear. She seemed to say something I didn't understand. According to legend, from 11 o'clock at night to 1 in the morning is the hour of Tai, when the yin energy is heaviest. Grandpa used to say that if by 12 o'clock no one comes to receive the goods, leave immediately. Jiang Kam was dead. I realized she was staring at me with a sad expression. She pursed her lips and said, "Do you still hate me? I don't want to mention love because I've buried it deep in my heart. No love, no hate." Jiang Qin and Chen Xianren drowned. Even Zhang Jiaren, who jumped in to save them, was also in trouble. Jiang Qin said that Chen Xianren's resentment was too great, affecting everything around them, causing them to be stuck on Xinghua Street and unable to escape. I fell into a loop one after another because I didn't dare to face the fact that I was dead. The snake pendant was a warning from the god of death, but I chose to avoid it, tried to deceive the god of death, and was punished. Zhang Jiaren rushed into the yard. He was very angry, grabbed Chen Xianren's collar, and said in a low voice, "You are a murderer. I used to respect you. So how many people have you killed?" He punched Chen Xianren hard in the face. The strange thing was that Chen Xianren didn't fight back. On the contrary, his face showed relief. Tran Tianyan returned to his hometown, brought 3 jars and buried them in the yard, then planted locust trees on top of the 3 locust trees, and buried his relatives. They could not be reincarnated. Tran Tianyan pretended to do good deeds, but in reality, he was looking for someone to take their place. Jiang Kam said that the accident was not accidental. The dead were too obsessed, trying to protect the order of this place, and refused to leave, becoming lonely ghosts. Tran Tianyan said so. And you, Tran Tianyan, looking at Jiang Kam, what made you refuse to leave? Could it be because of you? Jiang Kam asked again. I placed her hand on my cheek and said with difficulty, "Let's go back together. Even if you become a ghost, I know you still love me." She gently caressed my face. "Before, you were afraid of getting me involved, so you suggested breaking up with me. You were really stupid." There were 3 trees in his yard. Jiang Qin said he knew 3 ancient locust trees. That's right. The problem was those 3 Hoei trees. Jiang Qin mentioned the locust tree in the yard of the old house to someone as knowledgeable as Chen Xianren. How could he not know the taboo of planting locust trees in the yard, and even planted 3 trees? I woke up, pulled myself out of my memory, and suddenly realized that I was sitting in that unlicensed car. The car fell into the river. Zhang Jiaren rescued 3 passengers. The driver went missing. Among the passengers were Jiang Qin, Chen Xianren, and 1 person. I looked into the rearview mirror, and into my eyes was him. The rules for shippers. The ancients said that funeral meals usually had 2 dishes, 1 meat dish and 1 vegetarian dish. When the coffin was placed in the coffin, people often ate this meal, called the coffin meal. Every time Grandpa mentioned this, I didn't understand anything. The restaurant under the bridge, owned by Li Li Min, colluded with Chen Xianren to force the delivery staff to come there, becoming a sacrifice to the devil. Jiang Qin told me about Chen Xianren's past. She said that Chen Xianren was originally a good person in the area. Chen Xianren pretended to do good deeds, but in fact he was looking for a substitute for them. Jiang Qin said that the accident was not accidental. Chen Xianren was not in the car. He had done something. Zhang Jiaren nodded. Now, he is looking for a substitute. His relatives cannot rest in peace. His resentment has not yet dissipated. At that moment, the sky seemed to be torn apart. A phenomenon of rats eating the sky appeared, signaling the last watch of the night. A crack appeared before our eyes, and in the sky appeared Xinghua Street, which had become prosperous and brightly lit. Xiaoqi is sorry. I'm sorry, I can't do that anymore. What did you say? I patted her head. You can forget, but I can't forget. Every time I see you, I feel it's unfair. You have the right to choose your own life. I lied. Every day, my grandfather reminds me of 3 things. First, at 10:30 in the evening, you must deliver the food to the designated address that day. No, you can't come early or late. If by 12 o'clock you still don't see anyone come to receive the food, then immediately go back. No need to wait any longer. He opened the drawer, pulled out the passenger seat, and took out a black and white photo of me. It's my memorial photo. Uncle found it in Li Limin's secret room. Boom. Like a thunderbolt, I fell into a panic. He continued to accept your experience very deeply, but had to accept it. Actually, it was also very difficult. Like the man in the raincoat, when he saw the enemy was dead, he immediately gave up and followed the car. Third, if the other party asks you to stay overnight, you must refuse. After my grandfather finished telling me these things, I found it a bit confusing. It seemed very strange, especially if the other party asked to stay overnight. You had to refuse. I knew I was dead. He promised my father that he would take care of me even if I was a ghost. He would not go back on his word. My grandfather sat down heavily on the chair and sighed, casually throwing the peace charm that the driver gave me aside. Suddenly, the lights in the old house turned on. I saw someone sitting in the yard, dressed simply, a bit fat, holding a newspaper in his hand, with slicked-back hair, looking quite young. It must be Tran Tiannan. I told myself I nodded slightly to greet him, but he didn't seem to notice. Her body became transparent, fading away. Memories flooded my mind. I tried to hug her, but I couldn't touch anything. Her voice was weak, but determined. Actually, I'm willing to wander around with you, a ghost. According to you, even if I have to go to the 18th level of hell, I still don't want you to become a lonely ghost. Second, if you meet someone who comes to receive the goods, try not to talk. If you can't avoid it, then don't say much. If you have any requests, tell them to contact me. You don't need to say anything. If you meet someone you know, you should avoid it even more. It's best not to say anything. Where do you want to go? Who are you? I questioned him. I saw Truong Jianyan from the beginning, proving that I no longer have any anonymous flame. I'm just a driver, that's all. Do you have your answer? I didn't answer. From afar, I saw the man in the raincoat in Li Luke. This small town is not big, far from the coastal cities. I was born and raised here, familiar with every corner, so I don't worry about getting lost or not finding the address. Hung Hoa Street is easy to find. This is not the first time I've been there. My first love is also in that area. At this moment, even though I'm in the dark, I've welcomed the light. Yeah,